English classes with a difference. Today we are going to start with a very important topic of English grammar, that is mastering subject verb agreement. And in today's video we are going to learn about grammar rules, structure and exercises. So let's learn with fun. Before starting, let us understand what is subject-verb agreement. So, when a subject and a verb match each other in number, they agree. Singular subjects need singular verbs, and plural subjects need plural verbs. Rule number 1. With singular subject, we use singular verb. For example, the cat runs fast. Here, the cat is singular subject, so we have used runs as a singular verb here. See another example. Tom likes ice cream. Here, Tom is singular subject, so we have used likes, a singular verb. Rule number 2. With plural subject, we use plural verb. For example, the cats run fast. Here, the cats is plural subject, so we have used a plural verb run. See the next example. Tom and Jerry like cartoons. So here, Tom and Jerry, this is a plural subject as we have included two names here, Tom and Jerry. So we will use a plural verb like here. Rule number 3. With I and you, we use plural verbs. Let us understand through examples. First example is I like apples. See the second example. You play football. So you can see that we have used like with I and play with you. Plural verbs. For example, in the sentence I like apples, the subject I pairs with the verb like. Similarly, in you play football, the subject you agrees with the verb play. Rule number 4. Helping verbs must match the subject. Let us understand through another example. He is reading. Another example, they are reading. So with he, as he is singular subject, we have used is, a helping verb, and with they pronoun, we have used are as a helping verb. Rule number 5. Verbs with their is and their are. Let us understand through examples. There is a dog in the park. And another example, there are dogs in the park. So let us understand. We have to remember that when using a singular subject like dog, pair it with a singular verb as in there is a dog in the park. And for plural subjects like dogs, use a plural verb as in there are dogs in the park. Always match them correctly. Rule number 6. Collective nouns are usually singular. For example, the team wins the match. Here the word team is a collective noun, so it will always be considered as a singular subject. And with singular subject, we use singular verb wins. Rule number 7. With each and everyone, these both take singular verbs. For example, each child has a book. See another example. Everyone enjoys the game. So you can see that with each child we have used has a singular verb, and with everyone also we have used singular verb enjoys. When the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. For example, in the sentence, each child has a book, the singular subject child is paired with the singular verb has. And similarly, the sentence everyone enjoys the game shows that when we refer to a group as one, we still use a singular verb. Rule number 8. With the titles of books and the names of the movies, we use singular verbs as these are considered as singular subjects. For example, The Avengers is a great movie. As this is the name of a movie, The Avengers, it will be considered as singular subject, so we will use is as a singular verb. Let us see some common mistakes. See the first sentence. The dogs barks loudly. Here, in the first sentence, with dogs, a plural subject, we have used a singular verb, which is wrong. So the correct sentence is, the dogs bark loudly. As the dogs is a plural subject, so we will use a plural verb. Similarly, in the next sentence, he go to school. In the first sentence, he is a singular subject. With singular subject, we always use a singular verb. And in the first sentence, we have used go, which is wrong. With he, we will use goes. So answer will be he goes to school, which is correct. As with singular subject, we use singular verb. Now see some tips to remember. 3 simple steps for subject-verb agreement. The first is find the subject first. Second, check if it is singular or plural. And the third and most important, pick the correct verb form. Now let us see exercise. Choose the correct verb. The sentence is, the boy run or runs quickly. So we can see that our subject, the boy, is singular. So what will be the correct answer with singular subject? A singular verb. So answer is, the boy runs quickly. See the second example. They is or are my friends. So in second sentence, they is a plural subject. So with plural subject, what do we use? Right. They are my friends. A plural verb. See exercise 2. Fill in the blanks. The first is, she dash go or goes to school. So answer is, she goes to school. As she is singular subject. With singular subject, we use singular verb. Second example is, the cats drink or drinks milk. So in this sentence, the cats is plural subject. With plural subject, we use plural verb. So the answer is, the cats drink milk. Now spot the error. Let us see, are you able to spot the error or not? See the first sentence, he walked to school. Can you spot the error? Which is the error in this sentence? Let us see. Yes, the error is walk. How? Our sentence is starting with he, which is singular subject. And with he, singular subject, we will always use singular verb. And walk is plural verb. So our correct word is walks. Let us see second example. The dogs barks at strangers. Let us find out the error first. The error in the sentence is barks. Yes, as the dogs is plural verb, plural subject. So with plural subject we use plural verb and barks is singular verb. So our correct answer is bark. The dogs bark at strangers. So it's recap time now. Let us recap what we have learned today. Subject and verb must agree. Our second important point is that with singular subject we always use singular verb. Our third important point is that plural subject always have plural verb. And the next topic is be careful with I, you and collective nouns. So, you are ready to own the grammar star badge? Yes, congratulations. You are now a subject verb agreement star. I hope you have learnt very well and you will never get confused in singular and plural verbs. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to your English language class. Students, today we will do tenses. Here is the definition of tense. Tense indicates the time of action or an event. Today we will do two types of tenses. First, simple present tense and second, present continuous tense. First, we will discuss about simple present tense. Present tense talks about action that is happening. The rule is subject plus first form of verb plus s or es. Students, if the subject is plural like you, we, they, then we use only first form of verb like read, cook, walk. And students, if the subject is singular like he, she, it or any name like Riya, Mohit, Sia, then we use first form of verb plus s or es. For example, reads, cooks, walks. Now students, we use a verb in simple present tense to show actions that happen regularly, for general statements, for universal truth and for instructions. Now we will understand simple present tense through these examples. First example is they eat dinner at 6 p.m. every evening. Students, in this sentence there is every evening. Means it is showing that it happens regularly. It is a routine verb. Okay? And you have to keep in mind about the subject. What is the subject? Here is subject they. They is plural subject. So we use here only first form of verb. They, here we use they eat dinner at 6 p.m. every evening. Second is the earth moves around the sun. It is universal truth. So here we use moves and the subject is singular. The earth moves around the sun. Next is my mother goes to the supermarket every Sunday. This is also a routine work. Here is every Sunday. It is showing that it is a routine work. And the subject is singular. So here we use goes. My mother goes to the supermarket every Sunday. Students, now we will discuss about present continuous tense. The present continuous tense tells us about actions that are going on continuing at the time of speaking. For example, Amit is swimming, Mita and Rita are watching television, I am reading a book. The word is, are and am are helping verbs. They combine with the ing form of the main verb to form the present continuous tense. Is, am, are plus ing form of the main verb. So students, the main verb plus ing never comes alone. It comes with helping verb. Means is, am, are. Now we will understand present continuous tense through this example. First example is Monica is looking at a burger store. Students, here Monica is singular subject, so we use here is. Monica is looking at a burger store. Second, he is helping an old lady cross the road. Here is singular subject, he is singular subject. So here we use is helping. He is helping an old lady cross the road. Now students, open your English grammar book. Open page number 50. Here is the exercise related to simple present tense. Now we will do this exercise. Let us start it. Mrs. Jha is a teacher. She dash in a Pune public school. Her option is teach, and we will see the subject she. She is a singular subject, so we use here we use teaches. They are taxi drivers. They dash taxis all over the town. Here subject is plural. So here we use drive, not S or ES. Adam is a baker. He dash birthday cakes with great skill. Subject is singular. So here we use bakes. We dash basketball every day. We is plural subject. So here we use play. This is my cat. It drinks milk every morning. Students, here is subject it. It is a singular subject. So here we use drinks. The sun dash in the west. The sun sets in the west. This is also universal truth. Seventh sentences, dogs dash to gnaw on bones. Here we use like because dogs is a plural subject. Sunny dash his brother in the garden every evening. Sun is a singular subject, so here we use helps. Now students, we will do the practice of exercise related to present continuous tense. First sentence is the children dash themselves on swings in the park. Here option is enjoy. The children is plural subject, so we use here we use are. The children are enjoying themselves on the swings in the park. Charu dash her hair. Charu is a singular subject, so here we use is coming. We must rush now as it dash late. With it we use is. It is getting late. The doctor dash the patient. Here option is examine, and the doctor is singular subject. So here we use is examining. Fifth sentence, all the students dash hard for the exams. Students is a plural subject. So here we use are working. Tushar's mother dash lunch and Tushar dash her. Tushar's mother is cooking and Tushar is helping her because Tushar's mother is a singular subject. So here we use is cooking. Seventh sentence, a cat dash hide behind the curtain. A cat is a singular subject, so here we use is hiding. The naughty child dash on the wall. Child is a singular subject, so here we use is. The naughty child is writing on the wall. So students, I hope simple present tense and present continuous tenses are clear to you. Do more practice related to these tenses at your home. We
3 घंटा आपसे मांग रहा हूँ। इस 3 घंटे के अंदर मैं आपको एडवांस एक्सेल के फॉर्मूलाज के साथ एआई और चैट जीपीटी हैंड्स
जब धर्म भूमि कुरुक्षेत्र में मेरे व पांडव के सब पुत्रों ने किया क्या बताओ। ऐ संजय मुझे कहाँ चिंता में भटके धृतराष्ट्र ने अनन्याश्चिंत यन्तो मां ये जनाः पुर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्। अर्थात मेरी ही भक्ति में मन को लगा जो चिंतन करे बस मेरा ही सदा निरंतर जो मुझ में रमे रहते हैं पूरा करूं योग क्षेम उनका मैं। यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्री विरजयो भूतीर्थवा नितर मतिर्मम। अर्थात जहाँ कृष्ण योगेश्वर का है वास अर्जुन धनुर्धारी भी रहते पास। सन्मति सुख शांति नीति सभी विजय और विभूति भी होती वही। मिले जब धर्म भूमि कुरुक्षेत्र में मेरे व पांडव के सब पुत्रों ने किया क्या बताओ। ऐ संजय मुझे कहाँ चिंता में भटके धृतराष्ट्र ने मेरी ही भक्ति में मन को लगा जो चिंतन करे बस मेरा ही सदा निरंतर जो मुझ में रमे रहते हैं पूरा करूं योग क्षेम उनका मैं। जहाँ कृष्ण योगेश्वर का वास है अर्जुन धनुर्धारी भी रहते पास। सन्मति सुख शांति नीति सभी विजय और विभूति भी होती वही। मिले जब धर्म भूमि कुरुक्षेत्र में मेरे व पांडव के सब पुत्रों ने किया क्या बताओ। ऐ संजय मुझे कहाँ चिंता में भटके धृतराष्ट्र ने मेरी ही भक्ति में मन को लगा जो चिंतन करे बस मेरा ही सदा निरंतर जो मुझ में रमे रहते हैं योगेश्वर का वास है, अर्जुन धनुर्धारी भी रहते पास हैं, सन्मति सुख शांति नीति सभी, विजय और विभूति भी होती वहीं। जय श्री कृष्णा, जय श्री कृष्णा, जय श्री कृष्णा।
Only 6 days master Vedic mathematics. Don't calculate in a slow way. Enroll course and master top speed method.
गूगल आपको नहीं ढूंढ पा रहा तो आपका कस्टमर आपको कैसे ढूंढ पाएगा, कैसे आपकी सेल बढ़ेगी?
और मेरे प्रिय सहपाठियों, मेरा नाम अक्षत है। मैं कक्षा चौथी चैंपियन का छात्र हूँ। आज मैं आपके सामने रामायण से मिलने वाली शिक्षाओं को बताने जा रहा हूँ। रामायण केवल एक धार्मिक ग्रंथ ही नहीं है, बल्कि यह मनुष्य को जीवन की सीख देता है। रामायण में जहाँ भगवान राम को पुरुषोत्तम कहा गया है, वहीं माँ सीता की पवित्रता दर्शाई गई है। लक्ष्मण और भरत दोनों ही का अपने भाई के प्रति अथाह प्रेम दिखाया गया है। रामायण के हर एक चित्र से हमें कुछ न कुछ सीख अवश्य ही प्राप्त होती है। यदि मनुष्य रामायण को पूजने के साथ साथ उससे मिलने वाली शिक्षाओं को अपने जीवन में अनुसरण करे तो अवश्य ही वह एक सफल जीवन व्यतीत कर सकता है। चलिए आइए जानते हैं रामायण से मिलने वाली शिक्षाओं के कुछ अंश। धैर्य और गंभीर बनिए। जैसे भगवान राम ने धैर्य से विपरीत परिस्थितियों में 14 वर्ष तक का वनवास व्यतीत किया था, क्योंकि बड़े से बड़े संकट में भी अगर हम धैर्य से काम लें तो सफलता अवश्य ही प्राप्त होती है। क्योंकि धीरज धर्म मित्रोर नारी, आपतकाल पर क्यों समचारी। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। वचन पालन और पिता आज्ञा। जैसे भगवान राम ने अपनी पिता की आज्ञा का पालन किया था, उन्होंने अपने पिता के वचन पर 14 वर्ष तक का वनवास व्यतीत किया था। इसीलिए हमें भी अपने माता पिता जी की आज्ञा का पालन करना चाहिए, क्योंकि रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देते हुए कहता हूँ कि हमें भगवान राम के आदर्शों का पालन करना चाहिए, क्योंकि जहाँ पर कृपा राम जी की होए, तहाँ पर कृपा करे सब कोई। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोल राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सभी मेरे साथ बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। धन्यवाद। जय श्री राम।
realized that Riya's family is facing a severe financial crisis as her father had lost his job and Riya couldn't afford school books, stationery or even her uniform. All the friends noticed her sadness and decided to help her. After some discussion, Daksh suggested, let's fashion circle. What's that? Asked Riya. We'll share books, toys, clothes and lunch with each other, Daksh replied. Next day onward, all the friends gathered and shared their things. This way, Riya smiled at her and she felt grateful looking at her friend couple. All the students became excited and joined the group. And they all realized sharing was not just about giving, it was about showing they care. Soon the sharing circle grew and entire village transformed into a vibrant community. Riya's family received support and her father found a new job. All lived happily. The moral of the story is when we share what we have, we spread kindness and happiness. So friends, let's join our hands to create a caring community and spread the message of universal brotherhood. Thank you and have a cheerful day.
This video is for women who love connecting with people, guiding them and helping them solve their problems.
Judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends, good morning to all of you. I am Anushka Lamba, a proud fourth grader, and today I am thrilled to share a soul-stirring story about the beauty of friendship. In a peaceful village, there were two inseparable friends named Sam and Ravi. They shared everything: adventures, laughter, and even their meals. One day, a wealthy merchant visited their village and announced, I have hidden a treasure in a secret place. Whoever finds it will become rich beyond the wildest dreams. Excitement spread through the village and everyone began searching for the treasure, hoping to change their fortunes. Sam and Ravi were eager too, imagining all the wonderful things they could do if they were rich. However, they soon realized that their journey would be full of obstacles and competition. Determined to find the treasure, Sam and Ravi set off together. They trekked through dense forests, waded through rivers, and scaled steep hills, all while supporting one another. At one point, Ravi grew weary and thought about giving up. But Sam, with a reassuring smile, said, we are in this together, Ravi. Let's keep going. We'll find our way. After days of searching, they came across a huge ancient wooden door with a sign that said, true treasure lies within. Sam pushed open the door and to their surprise, there was no treasure chest filled with gold or jewels. Instead, they found a small note that read, happiness isn't found in wealth, but in true friendship. Sam and Ravi exchanged smiles. They realized that their adventure and the support for one another were the real treasure. They laughed and hugged each other and returned to the village, grateful for the priceless bond they shared. The moral of this story is that happiness is rooted in true friendship, not in riches. It teaches us that life's greatest are the friends who walk alongside us through every journey. Thank you for listening, and may we all cherish the wonderful friends who bring joy and meaning to our lives. Thank you and have a nice day.
लेते हुए और अब उनकी पूरी टीम स्टेज पर जीत का जश्न मनाते हुए 6 महीने में छा गए। 1 लाख नए टावर्स आ गए। इस बार की स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम।
found. He who helps us fight our fear, we cannot see him, but he is present everywhere. God is omnipresent. Nothing is possible without his blessings. So let us pray to the Almighty to shower his blessings on us. Today, we begin our show with a divine invocation, a religious dance performance on the soul-stirring melody by the students of classes 4th and 5th. तो आइए हम सभी मिलकर इस आध्यात्मिक संगीत के साथ दिव्यता की ओर बढ़ते हैं. Presenting Vandan, a divine tribute. स्वागत कीजिए इनका जोरदार तालियों से.